Two insane prophecies predicted the fate of King Charles III. 1. Baba Vanga, the blind Sibyl. Although Baba Vanga died many years ago, her name still finds its place in the headlines today. Baba Vanga, aka Nostradamus of the Balkans, the blind Bulgarian mystic who is said to have predicted the 9/11 attacks, Brexit, Princess Diana's death, and Barack Obama's presidency, has made bizarre predictions for 2022. It is said that nearly 85% of her predictions come true. Now Vanga is on the agenda again, with a prophecy that may affect the British throne. Baba Vanga had made a prediction about the 73-year-old King Charles. She said that if King Charles lived to the age of 97, there was no clear limit to when his time on the throne would end. Elizabeth II, who ascended to the British throne in 1953, remained on the throne for 70 years, making her the longest reigning monarch in British history. After the Queen's death, her 73-year-old son Charles succeeded to the throne and was crowned king. Although no one thinks that the king's mother will break the power record, a prophecy made by Baba Vanga could change everything and prolong Charles' reign in an unpredictable way. Vanga predicted that until 2046, developing technology would seriously extend the human lifespan. Using the technology of cloning and artificial organ transplantation will seriously progress, and people will live more than 100 years. Many noted in this prophecy speculate that if Charles lived to the year 2046, he could remain on the British throne indefinitely. If King Charles III, who is currently 73 years old, can remain on the throne until 2046, he will be 97 years old and celebrate 24 years of his rule. And this means he will live 1 year longer than his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. If Baba Vanga's prediction for 2046 comes true and the average human lifespan can be extended, the king will be able to wear the king's crown for a long time. Many people who expressed the predictions of Baba Vanga believe that Charles III will be able to break the 70-year-old record that belonged to his mother, Queen Elizabeth II. Not all of Baba Vanga's predictions have been correct. She predicted that World War III would start in November 2010 and end in October 2014, and this never happened. However, she correctly predicted that the Great Flood would affect the Earth in 2022, and that the 44th President of the United States would be African American. She also correctly predicted the emergence of ISIS and the September 11th explosion. 2. Nostradamus. Author Mario Reading, a leading expert on the 16th century astrologer, claims that the then Prince Charles's divorce from Princess Diana would lead to widespread disapproval that would force the new king to abdicate. Author Mario Reading, the author of Nostradamus Prophecies, recently decoded Nostradamus prophecy. Texts from the supposed future-seeing 16th century French astrologist, Nostradamus, have been interpreted to mean that the newly crowned king will enjoy only a short reign at 74 years old. Instead, an unexpected successor will be chosen to rule. Shockingly, in Mario Reading's 2005 book Nostradamus, Complete Prophecies for the Future, he made a series of predictions more than 447 years ago. The book reinterprets original predictions made by Nostradamus 447 years ago. In the book, Reading uses the cryptic poems written in 1555 to accurately predict the year of Her Majesty the Queen's death. The book accurately stated that Queen Elizabeth II would die in 2022. The author specifically wrote, "The preamble is that Queen Elizabeth II will die, circa 2022, at the age of around 96, 5 years short of her mother's term of life." According to Mario Reading, who died in 2017, the dates were determined by the use of 4 lines of rhymed verse, or quatrains, which were number indexed to correlate with years. It is also written that Charles III would become king of the islands, referencing Nostradamus' foresight that the sovereign would only rule the territories of Great Britain, rather than what was once a global empire, including Canada, Australia, and New Zealand a few centuries ago. Reading's interpretation of Michel de Nostradamus' visions also claims that fallout from a stain on Charles' past will come back to haunt the king, and influence him to leave the throne. He wrote that Prince Charles will be 74 years old in 2022, when he takes over the throne, but the resentments held against him by a certain proportion of the British population, following his divorce from Diana, Princess of Wales, still persist. Accordingly, that means King Charles will not stay long on the throne. In a 2006 revision of his book, Reading adds that a man who never expected to become king will instead rule. He also questions, does that mean that Prince William, who would have expected to succeed his father, is no longer in the picture? He writes that William's brother, Prince Harry, currently fifth in line to the throne, may become the man who never expected to be king. He added that Prince Harry, by process of default, becomes king in his stead. That would make him King Henry IX, aged just 38. According to the Daily Star, this would only occur if King Charles had to die or abdicate and Prince William and his 3 children also predeceased him. However, the royal family has a strict protocol in place to ensure that members of the family, particularly heirs, always travel separately to avoid disaster. Another wild guess is that UK-born Australian Simon Duranty-Day, who claims to be Charles and Queen Consort Camilla's secret son, will be chosen. The 56-year-old Duranty-Day told an Australian newspaper, "It's certainly food for thought, because the prediction makes it clear that someone out of left field would replace Charles as king. I can see why some people would think I fit the bill." He added that, "I believe I am the son of Charles and Camilla and I'm looking forward to my day in court to prove this." Maybe Nostradamus has the same understanding that I do, that all this will come out one day. However, when it comes to predictions like the ones made by Nostradamus, anything is possible. According to the history books, Elizabeth was once in the same standing as Prince Harry as third in line to the throne. Had it not been for her uncle Edward VIII abdicating to marry US divorcee Wallis Simpson in 1936, her father Albert, later George VI, would never have become king nor she queen in 1952. However, not much else has been proven to be anywhere near remotely accurate, and skeptics believe the legendary figure's cryptic written passages are too vague to be considered genuine accounts of what will happen in the future. In the end, Nostradamus lived hundreds of years ago, but his predictions are still a surprise. No one can know what the future holds for sure, so let us know what you think about these 2 prophecies in the comments below.